And we are live. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and waiting for our webinar or Zipinars that we do every Wednesday. So we call it Zipinar as we try to zip in to knowledge in just one session or in just 1 hour session to lessen the time of you joining in and but maximizing the information. But we have a unique situation today as we'll have 1 whole hour for a specific topic that will be shared to you, and the value will be astonishing. So, for those who are watching via YouTube Live, thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you can put your questions there as well, so we can have our speaker address those for you. So, Let Us Talk It is initiated by the Cogent Integrated Business Solutions Company based in Detroit, Michigan. So they're an IT company and a staff augmentation company. They wanted to give back to the community through free knowledge. So they wanted to have the community acquire those informations, those skills, those values for free, so that they can empower themselves, create an informed community. So such a great initiative, and we have willing speakers who wish to share their experiences and their knowledge and to impart it to the community as well and to the rest of the part of the world. So for the first topic that we have today is we have natural ways of developing power skills. So this is actually a wonderful topic because there are a lot of skills that we can consider, and we have natural ways of developing power skills involving of how to hone one's innate abilities through deliberate practice, self-reflection, and continuous learning. But more of that is what will be delivered by our speaker today, which is Kanan Joshi. So which has a dynamic and results-oriented trainer with a proven track record of designing and delivering impactful training programs, possessing a deep understanding of adult learning principles and instructional design methodologies. And she excels in creating engaging and interactive training experiences that enhance knowledge retention and skill development with expertise in relevant training areas. So she has successfully trained diverse audiences ranging from entry-level employees to senior executives. So a few skills that she has is extraordinary power skills. From this session, we will know what those power skills are, um, and also has trained and competent to provide training for Microsoft Excel and soft skills and behavioral training of uh, like a numerous count of topics. But let me just hand the speaker to you then. So we have here Kanan Joshi. And to start off, I'd like to ask our dear speaker, so what are our basic understandings about power skills?
Thank you, Phil, for a wonderful introduction. So, as you all know, my name, I'm Kanan Joshi, and thank you for this platform. Basically, when we understand power skills, or before power skills, we used to call it soft skills. Somewhere we call it essential skills, or we say behavioral skills. All the skills boils down to one thing. That is the skills which is inside out. The way you want people to perceive you, the way you want to exist in your life, in all aspects of your life, whether it is professional, whether it's personal, whether it's your own fundamental perspective of your own self. So basically, when you talk about power skills, it's such skills which bring what is inside to the platform for the external world, which attracts as well as reflects the things which are inside. We can attract the things which we reflect outside, our outer environment, as well as our inner environment. The way of understanding, the way of representing, and the way we live is actually what is called power skills. So fundamentally, we can say that these are the skills which we require at every point of the time in our life, whether whichever cap we are wearing, whether we are a professor or an executive or a director or a CEO or a housewife or a father, mother, daughter, son, whichever role we are playing on this planet, this power skills are required to exist. That is what the basic idea is. Now, we all know that we have so many platforms and so many books and so many theoretical uh, data available on the websites, on YouTubes, on social media to make us understand how we can inculcate this power skills. So definitely, they are definitely good and they are adding to some of our own perception, our own personality. But today, I'm going to talk about some very good techniques which you can implement effortlessly in your life. Say, for example, people say that a smiling face is one of a very good skill. If you are smiling, people will feel comfortable with you. They will initiate the conversation with you. Even people will feel that you are approachable, you're welcoming. But is it possible to keep a fake smile? Because when we keep these things fake, then up to how much time it will long? And ultimately, if it longs to much time or much longer time, you would be under stress. So basically, I'm here to share some of the techniques practically you can apply in your day-to-day life, just being like that effortlessly. So let's begin. I'm going to cover 4 big baskets of uh, power skills today. First, we will be talking about goal settings. So first of all, what do we understand by goal is? We often misunderstand it by desire. So I want all of you to do some activities when you leave this session. So after leaving this session, you take a pen and paper, or maybe you can do that activity right now with me. You can make list of the goals you have already determined to achieve in your life. Everything in our life starts with a goal. And sometimes that goal is actually not a goal. It's just a desire. Now, how to differentiate between whether it's a desire or it's a goal? First thing is practicality. Sometimes we see something which we want badly, but is it actually in your scope, or is it actually what you want? That is the question we need to ask. So first technique which I'm going to teach you is innate. So those who are from not from this Indian culture, those who are from the other culture, they can also understand innate means does not, does not. So whatever does not implies to your goal is what you have to cut down. Say for example, when I kept my file to be a migrant, I wanted to migrate to Australia. So what I did is I just went around, I talked to consultants and they told me, oh, you want to go to Australia? Very good, because there is a lot of money over there and you can earn a lot of money. So I said, oh, wow, that's a wonderful inspiration for me to go to Australia. So I filed my documents to go to Australia. One day while I was sitting with my own self, I thought of implementing the innate, does not technique. What does this technique do is, I started noting down what I don't want. When we just figure out what we don't want and list them down and cancel them, ultimately it brings us to what we want. So it should not be a biased goal. Say, for example, my friend was there who was there in Australia and she could buy a home in India too. She was so rich, she was so well to do that looking at what she has done, I decided not to earn money by my own skills, but I thought if I go to Australia, I'll become rich like her. So first thing is your goal a biased goal, or it is just an impractical desire or a fantasy which you want to pursue because you have seen other people enjoying pleasures like money, like a big car, like the bungalow you want, something like that. But does it align with your own nature or passion? That is what we miss. So, what I did is basically, I asked myself first question. So, they told me here there is some struggle in the beginning. So, I just jotted down. Do I want to struggle at this age? I said, my mind said no. I crossed it. Why I want to go to Australia? This was the question. Second is, do I want to live a life which people live there? Because I'm a spiritual person. I love to go to places, temples, and find out secrets of life. Will I be able to visit temples in Australia? No. What kind of life I'm looking for? Is it a money oriented life? No. What is important for me? I figured out my hobbies, my passion to live a spiritual life which gives me upliftment with my family is what I want. That is the bottom line I got. I immediately took the decision and I figured out this was a biased goal. I got allured by my friend and then I took the decision. So first technique, my dear, is neti. Figure out what do you don't want, doesn't want, don't want. Just figure out that, list it down, and you will get to know what you want actually. This goes for any decision making in your life, any decision making. So, whenever you want to decide anything, please follow neti technique. This is one thing. Second thing is we talk about communication skills and public speaking. Communication skills is such a big basket in which we usually talk not only by words, not only by gestures or body language, but we talk through our presence. Very, very important thing. Whatever is inside is actually reflected. You might have observed that sometimes some people are so attractive, so good at speaking, but you don't feel connected with them. You don't feel like going and talking to them. What is the reason? Because the naturalness, the innocence of inside is not reflected outside. The power of inside is not reflected outside. Basically, in a simple language, communication means the way you want people to perceive you, the way you want people to treat you, feel you. That is what is communication. So it is way beyond words. Now, how to improve a verbal communication? You will definitely get it on so many platforms. How to improve your facial expression, your gestures, so many people will tell you. But here I'll talk something about your inner world, which is reflecting your communication to the outer world. First thing is listening. So yeah, you might have heard that one of the most vital and important part of communication is listening. I understand that. But listening to what? So we begin with listening to our own self. Say, for example, I got a call from some call center. The person is calling me and telling me, ma'am, I'm speaking from so and so food delivery company. We have these offers. If you would like to enjoy it, please let us know. We will carry forward you the discounts and the offers. But I am annoyed. I am not in the present moment. I may be tired or I have some of my frustration. Whatever is going on inside me, I will reflect that in my communication. I would say, don't you know the time? You people call so many times in a day. Are you aware what you are doing? You are disturbing me. I was in the meeting and you are disturbing me again and again. But my dear, some people will justify that, but they call at a wrong time. But they call so many times. But you people tell me, if you are in a very good environment of your own self from within, if you're okay with your own self from within, your communication will be different to that person. So first point is listen to your own self. Sometimes when we are sitting, or when we are doing something, our fingers are a little bit contracted. Our navel region, solar plex, is contracted. Our genitals are contracted. We have a frown face. Sometimes this is paining. Sometimes the fingers of our feet are contracted. My dear, this is not allowing the flow of energy in your body. So, first technique in communication skills is listen to your own self before you communicate. So, you would say, ma'am, we are in a meeting or we are in a hurry or we are doing something, and you are asking us, whenever we communicate, we have to listen to ourselves. Yes. Yes, I'm saying that because whenever you listen to yourself, just 1 second you have to take inside, and you will feel that there is some contractions in your body, some blockage. So what you do is you just release them. Your posture is either leaning forward or your neck is either like this. So everything which is related for our inner energy is related to our spine, is related to the free flow of energy in our body. So when we are stressed, automatically our face becomes frown. When we are thinking something or when we are so much indulged into something, our body parts gets contracted. So one practice you can follow to naturally be grounded while communicating is every 1 or 2 hours of your day, check your posture. If there are any contractions in your solar plex, in your genitals, in your fingers, please relax it. Those who are listening to me, they can do it right now. And you see the shift which you are feeling. You should own the place where you are. You should own the meeting in which you are. Owning means not dominating by words. Owning means completely clear with your thoughts, with a free flow of energy, being there and there in the present moment. That is the biggest way you can communicate to people. People will not be afraid of you. People will be comfortable sharing things with you. Maybe there is some knowledge with them which will be very helpful to you. This will help in decision making also. And this way, the communication becomes win-win, heart-to-heart communication. And heart-to-heart communication always creates a positive win-win situation, solution, right? So, first technique I would tell you is please check any blockages or contraction in any part of your body. Relax it, listen to yourself, and then communicate. Second is listen to the other person. Listen to the other person and feel the other person. Say, for example, the person who is sitting in the call center is doing his job. So when I understand or I put myself in the shoes of the other person, before speaking, it takes only seconds, my dear. No problem if you take a pause and you speak. Ultimately, you're going to respond instead of reacting. So a beautiful shift from reaction to response. So that is one thing. From reaction to response, you should take a pause. In that pause, you should first relax, correct your posture, erect your spine, relax yourself, listen to yourself. Are you being judgmental? Are you going to communicate biasedly? Are you going to communicate because some things are going up in your mind? Because sometimes reaction is not for the person who is communicating at that point of time. It's just the past which is churning in your mind, and it reflects when any of such triggers, any of such sockets are ready to fit in your void. So second thing is understand and listen to the other person. So if suppose I feel that I got a call, but immediately I should understand, oh, the person next, the person who is on the phone is actually doing his own job. They are being paid for doing this. And I should be polite to them. Say, for example, I'm talking in front of you like this. Don't you understand? How many times I should tell you? You should not call me. Please put my number into D&D. As in when I just talked like this, even you people who are not concerned with that person felt bad. The whole energy of the ecosystem shifted. We all are inside the same ecosystem. So if we are stressful and our inner self is not listening to our own self, then we will react, and that reaction will hinder the ecosystem of that person. He will get disturbed and ultimately the environment. This is the whole cycle, my dear. It is very, very deep, but this is the natural way of developing. First, see your posture every 2 hours of the day. Put an alarm if you have forgotten it. Please do it at least for one day. Believe me, you will get amazing results. Trust me. Second, as I told you, listen to yourself. Listen and understand the other person. Third thing, when we talk about communication skills, everything in our life, not only communication skills, what matters is our company. So accompany your skills. Say, for example, let me tell you my story. Initially, when I became an assistant professor in a university, I was not having so much grip on English speaking. I knew how to write, but not speaking. So what I did is, there was one lady, her name was Binny, and she used to speak in English all the time. So what I did is, since I wanted to improve my English, I just kept her company. I just went with her for a coffee sometime, or just went and talked with her, casual talk, small talks, like what is going on, whichever words she used to use, which are difficult for me to even pronounce or to understand. I used to note it down. Immediately, I used to come and I used to check, what is the meaning of this? Sometimes later on, she was very comfortable with me. So I used to ask her. This is one example. So accompany your skills. Whichever skill you want to develop, my dear, somebody has already become expert in that. So if you cannot find those people, in your real life physically, just grab somebody who is your inspiration in that particular field on social media or YouTube or something like that and follow them. Just see how they speak, how they behave. So accompany your skill is the third one. Fourth one is be open and aware with your environment. Very simple. If you want respect, give respect. So whatever you see in the environment or your ecosystem or in your neighborhood, you can learn immediately from them. Say, for example, I'm walking and you just stopped me saying good morning, but I was rude to you. You just noted down. The person was rude to me. I did not feel good. I will not do it to others. So communication skills can be developed naturally from your environment only. Whether you go in your professional life or in your personal life, just make the list of do's and don'ts. Oh, this person has a very good convincing power. Let me take it from him. So do's, how he does it. Let me see, let me learn. Oh, this person does not talk properly. He's very rude. He's very straight. He's very sarcastic. You can just note down in don'ts. Make a list of your do's and don'ts from your environment. Just by jotting it down, you are 100% going to remember it, my dear, because you yourself has been into that event. That rudeness has hurted you. So next time when you are being rude, maybe it's not an overnight transformation, but maybe 2 to 3 times after that, you will remember, oh, I have to change my communication, my tone, my intonation. So this is fourth skill. Fifth one, self-talk. Self-talk is very beautiful thing. The whole day we behave, we talk, we wanted something, we wanted the conversation to go in our favor, it went on some other table, something is going. So at the end of the day, you sit with your own self and do a self-talk. What situations made you feel good? Why? Because you communicated and you represented certain kind of attitude. My dear, if you don't know any language, you can learn it. If you don't know vocab, or if you don't, or your horizon is very small, you can expand it through dictionaries or through YouTube videos. But if you're short of an attitude, you cannot buy it from any store or market. Neither thousands of YouTube videos or coach can provide you. Attitude is built every moment in your life. And attitude is the biggest communication you can make. Somebody is just climbing up a stage and with a very sophisticated tone, with a very calm presence, the person is telling, I want to be the next CEO of this company because I have this knowledge. I have zeal and enthusiasm to take it to the next level. So please vote for me. And he just comes down. He is a very calm person. He is eligible also. But the next person stands up on the stage and says, welcome everyone. I have so much enthusiasm and zeal to be the next CEO of this company. And I assure you that since I love this company, I'll definitely contribute to the best. So the way you communicate is reflected from your inner beauty, from your inner personality, from your inner attitude, which is developed effortlessly by all these techniques. It has to become your habit. It has to become your pattern. If you do it for few days, it will be a habit. If you do it for many days, it will be your pattern. And when it is your positive pattern, it doesn't require any of that effort. You will be effortlessly with a good attitude, good presence. And even if you make mistakes in your language while talking, people will definitely connect to you. People will find out reasons to talk to you. That is the beauty of inside out. What is inside, that is outside. So in all the power skills, this is the most important thing, right? So what you do is you do self-talk. Talk with your own self. Today I behaved this way. This was good. I'll continue with this. Today I behaved in this manner. It could have been better. Next time in this situation, I know I will get angry. So I will just check my body posture. I'll just focus on my breath. I'll relax my body. I'll be in the moment. I'll listen to myself. I'll understand the other person and then I'll speak. So self-talk is such a learning app, you can say, all the time with you, all the time. That app will tell you exactly, because nobody can change you, my dear. Every person is different on this planet. You need to develop your communication skills up to what extent and to which level is only you can judge. So that is the best thing. When you do the self-talk, you will understand what is there to be changed. So I gave you 5 techniques for communication skills. I want to give you some more techniques. So let us talk about the next technique we can say. And that is the next technique which I wanted to tell you is you have to participate. Participate means what? Participate not in some event or activity or something like that. No. You need to participate in your own life. Because participating, all these 5 techniques which I told you, you need to do it regularly, consistently. So participate in your own life. Your own life will tell you what you are supposed to do, and what you are supposed to draw. So these are all communication barriers which are stopping you from reaching to the utmost level which you want. Because life is unpredictable, situations are unpredictable. So participate consistently in your life and just be. So say, for example, one day I'll share one of my trainings outcome. I took executive leadership training program for executives, and I taught that in a meeting, when you enter in a meeting, you have to own the meeting. And while the meeting is going on, what you do is you listen to everybody, you take it inside, you archive whatever you want to, and then you start speaking. So this was one of the skill. But what the person did, next day in the meeting, everybody spoke something. And then at last he spoke. But what happened? Solution did not come. So he called me, ma'am, you told me to speak at the last, and I did the same thing, and now there is no result. I said, what happened? So everybody was talking off the topic. How come solution can come? When did you figure out it was off the topic? From the second speaker, I figured out that we are not talking about the problem, which is actually the problem. So what he should have done, at least politely, he should say, stick to the topic, and we are not going to distract from the topic. But he decided that theoretically, I told him to speak at the end. So whole meeting time was wasted in speaking about something else. Ultimately, there was no solution. So this is just an example. So just be, because whatever you learn theoretically in practical life, it may flip. So attitude is one thing, effortlessness is one thing. When you're already in an ease and you don't have any energy blockages, your spine is erect, you are sitting, definitely you will get aware, oh, this is the moment I should speak. Now, this is where I should be telling them, stopping them, you're going off the top. So participate consistently in your life and just. This was the 6 techniques which I wanted to give you about communication skills. Next come public skills. Now, public speaking skills, which we are talking, so many of us face some problem when some people feel comfortable with 60 people, some people feel comfortable with 100 people, some people feel very comfortable with thousands of people. So one thing which is stopping you from participating 100%, being free with everybody around you, not even in public speaking, but in every celebration, in every aspect of your life. Maybe sometimes you have observed that there is some party going on. There is an office party or any other party going on, and you are there. And everybody is dancing, giggling, happy, sharing, but you are not feeling comfortable to share things. And you feel that, no, I won't go. So if you question yourself, again, self-talk, if you question yourself, then you would be hesitated. Hesitated because of what? You might be thinking, oh, this is not my age to do all this. Or maybe you are wearing a label or cap of, oh, I am on this position. So in the party also, I will be in this position. Make this very clear, my dear. I'm not talking that when you are a teacher, you have to go in the students' party and dance. No. I'm not even saying that when you are on a CEO level and there is an official party from the company, you have to dance like that. No. But when you are going to a casual party or with your friends, then also many a times you have that iron bar in front of you. It may be a superior ego or inferior ego. So this is one thing which makes you unnatural, which makes you stiff, which contracts your solar plex, which makes you uncomfortable. And that is your ego. Somewhere you may feel that, oh, these people are just doing jobs. I have my own company. So I can't celebrate with them. So all these things stop you from actually being an inner child, from actually being what you are. And you actually miss the crux of living, the crux of happiness, the crux of being in this particular moment. So from now onwards, what you do is, if you are in any celebration and you feel like participating and something is stopping you, something is holding you from inside, check. Is it a superior ego? You feel that these people are above you or below you? My dear, everybody on one level is above the other, below the other. There is no extremities here. It's all 360 degrees. So you just feel and sit that if there is an iron bar of ego, let me melt it. Let me melt in the celebration. Let me melt everything I have about me. I'm short, I'm fat, I cannot dance, I cannot sing. What people will think about me? Drop all these hesitations. These are all connected to ego. You just melt that iron bar. Now you will tell me, it's not easy, ma'am. It's not easy, Kanan. When we just come up on stage, when we see people, there is something happening in our tummy. Some nervousness is there and something is stopping us. So I will teach you a very practical technique to get rid of that. As I told you, this is natural ways of developing your soft skills, your power skills. And these are really tried and tested. For whole my life, I have tested them. And this is all things I have acquired by doing it day by day, day by day. So, my dear, just trust me, everyone. And people believe in doing experiments. So, whatever I said, you take it as an experiment. If you were here present in front of me, or you could have been able to talk to me, I would have made you to do that, to understand it right now, right away. So let us learn the technique which can break through this iron bar of ego, which can remove the nervousness from your system. This is not only for public speaking, my dear. If you're angry somewhere where the conversation can go in a wrong direction, husband doesn't understand wife, wife doesn't understand husbands, both of them think our children doesn't understand us. So all these things, every point of time in your life where you feel insecure, angry, frustrated, nervous, something is blocking you. You do this technique. Okay. First of all, I'll tell you scientifically what is this technique. So this is called technique. So why technique? Because whenever we feel sick or we are ill or our body is healing, or we are admitted in a hospital, or we are under so much of fever, our nervous system automatically starts speaking. Mm, mm, mm. And when we do this, we automatically feel relaxed. Second example, when there is a small kid and somebody tells him, you are not going to get the chocolate now, just go away, don't disturb. What the child will do is, to remove that negativity, that child will do, bang the food or bang the toy or something, but they will do, okay? Even in case of animals, you can say, even in case of animals, you can observe that, right? So this system is actually connected to our nervous system and our navel region, solar plex. You might have observed when you are angry or when you're frustrated or nervous, something happens in your tummy. So what is this process technique is? I will show you here. You have to actually stand and do this. If you stand and do this, you will get good results. But if you are in public and you want to do it, I'll tell you later on how you are supposed to do it. So this technique is basically for public speaking and for any interviews you want to go, or you want to deal anything which makes you feel down. Okay. So from our solar plex, we will make a sound and we will throw the emotion which is going on right now inside us. If it is nervousness, you throw it out. If it is anger, you throw it out. But the noise should come from your navel, from your solar plex. That is very, very important. So you take your hands back, lean a little back, breathe in. And while breathing out, throw the breath outside from your navel region and say, because I'm online here, I'm not making a huge sound. But if you really do it 100% from your navel, the sound will be a little loud. Okay. So sometimes you can do it in the washroom if you are in a workplace and you are feeling like, oh my God, I'm tired and now I'll get angry on other people. You do it. You are nervous, you do it. When you are in a meeting or you are in public and you are not able to do it, you have to stand and actually lean your body down and say, hmm. So when you can't do it in public, you can take a handkerchief and you can put it like this. And then you can say, hmm, hmm, hmm. From the navel, you have to do it. All of you can do it immediately after the session. Record yourself. So before doing it, you give your own introduction, record yourself. After doing it, you give your introduction, record yourself. Please do this activity, everyone. You will definitely feel a big difference. And as I said, the second technique for public speaking as well as communication skills also, this is included, is recording. Sometimes, we feel that, oh, we are speaking in a very nice manner. Why people are not responding that way? What is happening? What is wrong? So one day, my friend told me that you sound very dominating when you send audio messages. I said, is it? But I don't think so. I don't do that. He said, no. Whenever you send an audio message, you sound very dominant. So what I did is I started recording different conversations and I started listening to my own self. And my tone was really a dominating tone. Thanks to my friend that I could figure it out. So what you do is you can record yourself and you can make your peers to review it, your peers to listen to it, or you can listen it by your own self. When you will listen it with awareness, you will think that, oh, I was actually talking about helping the other person, and the other person is thinking that I'm giving a command. Yes, that is very true. People can misunderstand you, and that is what is communication skills. So one of the very effortless technique is record yourself, listen to your own self with awareness. Just figure out, because of this communication, what you wanted to convey. And with your tone, your voice modulation, what did you convey? That will also be helpful. So this technique is very amazing and you can do it after the session. Let's move on to our next basket. So next basket which I want to talk is problem solving and decision making. Yeah, yeah. Problem solving and decision making. So decision making, as I told you that when you apply the neti technique, this is not, this is not, this is not. Ultimately, you will come to what is. So if you have 3-4 options, okay. So why do you want to choose this option? Note it down. For this, no. For this, yes. This will figure out for you that which is the correct option for you. Okay. Second thing is you identify in your decision making the disadvantages and the advantages. Sometimes when we have 2 to 3 options, in one of the option we have long-term advantage, but short-term disadvantage. Like say, for example, I want to tell some truth to my family. I have three options, or maybe let us take two options in my hand. If I tell it right now, maybe problems will be solved. Maybe they can guide me on something. And then it will be very, very disruptive for the family. But later on, the decision making will be very clear on that topic. The second option is I should wait, I should hide, I should lie. And then ultimately, after I do it, I will share it, whatever the consequences may be. So both the options might be correct for a person. Maybe first is correct, second is correct. For me, first is correct. For you, second is correct. But only you can figure that out. So write the advantages and disadvantages. If you think that this is going to give you a long-term advantage, choose that. Because you can make it very clearly that short-term advantages will not last more. And ultimately, if you take a chance of short-term advantage, maybe the case can be worsened or case can go beyond the hands. So that is the second technique. Problem solving. Problem solving, we can do two techniques for that. First is whatever we are into, just take yourself into your past. This is called confirmation technique. So what you do is, suppose you are into a problem. Coming out of the problem is, who can do that for you? You only, right? And when we are into that problem, we are so stressful, we are so much tensed that we forget all the options. Sometimes the option is so easy in front of our own eyes, but we could not make it. So what you do is do confirmation. Sit with your own self, go to your past life. Past life means this life, but the past. Go to the past, figure out there were bigger issues than this which you were able to solve. Remember all those incidents that you immediately came out of. Some incidences last long, but you ultimately came out of it. Pat yourself for that. Make yourself understand this problem is also impermanent. It will go. Everything is impermanent. It will go. Relax yourself. Maybe if you think positively and you figure out, like you are watching a movie of the past days of your life, you may get the solution out of that. Maybe this problem is similar kind of a problem, but you don't know. But giving confirmation to you, patting yourself, talking about the impermanence of this time situation, you can definitely come back. So that is one technique, confirmation. Go sit with yourself, go to your past life, pat yourself that you have come out of the solution. Second, whenever there is a problem in our life, we become victim. Victim consciousness takes us down. We think that because of this reason, this has happened. This is the mistake of the other person. This is the mistake of the company. This is the mistake of my child. This is the mistake of myself. Guilt. Oh, I made a big mistake. Ultimately, whether you blame others, whether you blame yourself, whatever you do, you are inviting victim consciousness. When you are inviting victim consciousness, you lose the power of bringing yourself out of that well, that turmoil of the problem. Because you are not seeing yourself in it, you are blaming others. Your power is lost. At that point of time, ask one question. Have you ever made a mistake in your life? क्या तुमने कभी गलती की है लाइफ में? Have you made a mistake ever in your life? So ask yourself, when you ask yourself such question, you'll get the answer, no, I have also done mistakes. I am also the one who have committed many of the flaws, who have made mistakes in such important things? Okay, after asking this question, were your intentions clear or you did it deliberately? When it will come to you, you will say, no, 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 I didn't do it deliberately. It was by mistake. Mistake happens. Oh, come on, forgive. Mistake happens. Forget. Forgive and forget is a rule which we apply many a times when we are the culprit, when we have done a mistake. But if you have not done it intentionally, do you believe the other person has done it intentionally? You would say yes. Sometimes people do create problems in our life intentionally. No, my dear. It is because of the stress or any other issues they are going through in their life. Maybe they are not checking their postures. Maybe they are not working on their attitude. Maybe they are not making themselves so positive, optimistic to be in the present moment. They might be stressful. They might be facing some issues. Because of that, it got triggered. And this is the result. Ultimately, everybody here on this planet don't intentionally think of harming somebody without any stress at the back of their mind or without any issues of their own life. Think about it. So don't see bad intentions behind others' mistake. Don't see intentions behind others' mistake. Think that a mistake is a mistake, neither yours nor mine. This will create a win-win situation and you will be able to reach to the solution. Because if you lose the power, where is the solution? So everybody is in the same boat. Today that person is there, maybe next time you are. And doing this, you will have a list of solutions with you actually. So next time when you face this problem, the solution is upfront. Here, I'm ready, right? So this is the way, this is the attitude you can carry. Don't see intentions behind other mistake. A mistake is a mistake. Forgive and forget. Lead to lead to the solution. That is one thing. That is about problem solving. So these are the two things you can do. Okay. In case of problem solving also, the one technique which I taught of removing your blockages and contraction is so important. Every basket of power skills can be implemented or can be received, procured, you can say, from this particular technique. It is such a traditional, authentic, and very, very powerful technique because ultimately it is about energy and vibration. It is only about what is inside. And that is communicating outside in all these aspects, whether you are professionally involved or whether you're personally involved. Right? So that is one thing. Next, and the last thing which I wanted to share was stress and mind management. So for that, I was about to make you do one meditation, but I can just tell you the technique. And after the session, you can do it and then you can go to sleep. Or you can do your work, whatever you want to do. So mind and stress management. First thing is this word is in usage, not from ages. It is very new word, depression and stress. You actually know we are not stressed or depressed because it's a very, very, very strong and sensitive word to use. If you are a person who doesn't feel anything for anybody, or you who doesn't feel happiness even for one moment in a day, or you doesn't feel connected with anybody any point of time, then you can think of might be you are depressed or in stress. Actually, we are living a very normal life. We all have ups and downs. We have n number of desires And we do all these things just to get one thing, and that is happiness. When we are deprived of that, or we compare ourselves, compete ourselves with others, we believe the belief system is the most important thing here. We believe that we are in stress because we don't feel happiness. But I want an iPhone. I want an iPhone, and I've got it in a gift. I'm so excited, super happy. If you are stressed and depressed and you don't know definition of happiness, how you are happy at that time? That iPhone is giving you happiness. But really the happiness, does it lies in the iPhone? Does it actually lies in the iPhone? You will use that iPhone like your life. You will keep it safe. Nobody touches my iPhone. How many days? 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. The happiness is changed. Now you want to marry or you want to be with your beloved. You want to go for an international vacation. Now your happiness is in that. Oh, wow. You also got that vacation. You are enjoying. Last day, you're boarding the flight to come back. Where is the happiness? Gone. So actually that thing or that event or that incident doesn't carry any happiness. It is inside. If it is in the well and you throw a pebble inside, it will come out. If the well is empty, there is nothing inside, it is depressed, it is stressed. If you throw the pebble, nothing will come outside. So you all are having a fertile belief system already. It's just that you have linked your fertile belief system full of happiness, the well full of happiness with incident, people, and object. Incident, people, object. As soon as you receive any of these things in your desire list, you pump up your happiness. When it's finished, you jump to the next one. You go on pursuing happiness. Suddenly, one day you realize I'm 80 years old, I'm 70 years old. Time to leave the body. What did I do? Okay, I was just finding happiness, searching happiness. So you were making bed whole night and you didn't sleep. You didn't get to sleep. That is the beauty. So first thing I wanted to tell you here, that there are so many numerous techniques which can bring you here in the present moment. Your happiness is right now. De-link your happiness from any of these things. Event, object, people. Because actually it is not there, it is inside. So be happy now. And there are so many beautiful techniques. That one thing which is in this moment every time fresh is your breath. And you are because of your breath. If it's gone, nothing. So there are so many wonderful techniques which are available online also. Any technique which you like, take it, do it every day in your life. Any meditation, any breathing technique, any exercise, or you can be with people you like. Take out time for your own self. Doing nothing. Just sit for 10 minutes doing nothing. Just be. All these things will make you understand what actually you are. Just be. Just be with yourself. So there are so many techniques which are related to the breath. And you know, practically, everybody of us know that we can link this moment with the breath only, because it is the most fresh and thing in this moment. So the meditation or the technique which I wanted to tell you is, there are two things connected in this technique. One, your impressions which are already there in your mind about you, about situation, about your past, about bad things, about good things. The one which are bad are fermented inside. When we keep one tomato in our kitchen, we forget it for 3 days outside of the refrigerator. Fourth day, it will start smelling. We already have such fermented things in our mind. This person accused me, that person has told me that I am not competent enough, I am not capable enough, I am not worthy enough. Self love is deprived of what we are. And self love can only come when you give time to yourself, when you sit with yourself. Even you can just sit, see your breath like you are a gatekeeper, going in and out, in and out. It's a beautiful thing. You can even stand in the kitchen while you're cooking, you can do that with your eyes open. While you are being just with your friends, they are talking, you listen to them, keeping your eyes open, attention on the breath. Anytime you can do meditation. While you're eating, you eat every morsel with that much attention. So the technique which I'm telling is, first we will erase the impression. So sit comfortably and easily, removing all your blockages and contractions in your body, including your fingers. Then think about the emotion which hurted you in your past a lot. Or maybe some negative emotion which you have, which you want to remove from your mind. Think about it. Like you are into that emotion right now. Deep dive so much that you will start feeling sensation in any of the part of your body with which that emotion is connected, because 75% of the disease are psychosomatic. So that particular emotion is connected to any of the body sensation you have. After feeling that, go deep into that, feel that emotion again and again, and 3 times breathe in. While breathing out, slowly and gradually remove that particular emotion. Just feel completely that it is oozing out through your breath. 3 times breathe in, breathe out. Then 3 times you breathe in, again feel that emotion, breathe out with your mouth. After doing this process, keep seated, keep your eyes closed, and pay attention on your breath. Just be with your breath like a gatekeeper. Breath is coming in, breath is going out, nothing else, nothing. Focus, concentration, thinking about something, thinking about some God, chanting something. All this is doing. Meditation does not means doing. Doing nothing is what we are looking for. All these things is result of meditation. Focus, concentration, good health. So please be with your breath. Even while walking, you can be with your breath. Even while smiling, singing, doing any activity, you can be with your breath. So be with your breath is the biggest mind and stress management key. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful platform. Here I end my session, and I hope that you might have got something from this session which could help you excel in your life. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ken and Joshi. So that was really a wonderful talk. Like, you've mentioned some few things that and we are unaware that we have been doing already in our daily movements. So we do not really know that those are already like power skills. You know, like sometimes without knowledge, we do self-talk, which for
Yes,
me, I really like self-talk because like your body listens to what you say. So if you say you're
yes,
tired, you'll definitely feel sleepy. So
yes,
that's how your body works, like psychologically. So definitely, some of us has been doing those, like the breathing, unintentionally. Whenever you're angry, you just take a deep breath because you don't want to get angry to someone important,
yes,
something like that. So
yes.
yeah, those are already power skills, and you have expounded those informations that we have been doing unknowingly. Thank you so much for bringing that one into this platform. And we are really glad having you as our guest speaker for today's session. So, for those who are wondering why we only have one topic and one speaker, there should be supposedly two, but we acknowledge her condition that she got a sore throat and has to make sure to pay attention to those more relative like paid errands or responsibilities that she needs to attend to and reserve her health. So Apologies for that one, viewers, but definitely with the topic that was delivered by Kanan Joshi, it's really worth the hour of listening to this webinar. So before we close the session, do you have anything to promote, like a business or a book that you're working?
So, Phil, actually, I'm not working on any book right now, but yes, definitely I conduct soft skill trainings. And as I mentioned that I take transformational and need-based trainings. So I take Microsoft Excel training as well as soft skills training. So
That's
that
perfect.
is the only thing which I want to promote here. That if you want me to conduct any sessions, you are more than welcome.
All right, that's definitely lovely. And if they wish to take one of your soft skill trainings in Excel, where they find it, or how they
Yeah.
can enroll?
So yes. So one-to-one counseling also is the one thing which I'm doing. I can have a conversation, one-to-one counseling. So they can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm there on LinkedIn. They can message me on LinkedIn.
Alrighty then.
My username in LinkedIn is same kananjoshi.1.
That's fantastic. So that's perfect. So we are all set for today's session, definitely. Well, we really appreciate each and everyone who has joined and who has watched live and who will be watching this session later on the uploaded version of the webinar. So thank you so much, everyone. And we would like to invite you again for the next Wednesday, as we do this every Wednesday, to add value even just for 1 hour. So it's the same time, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. Uh, India Standard Time. And yeah, just follow the conversion. If you are from other parts of the world, definitely you're very welcome to join. And yeah, feel free to do so. And would like to add value to the knowledge that you already have. So we bid you goodbye for now. We are closing the session, but thank you so much, everyone, for tuning
Thank
in and
you. Thank you,
listening.
Phil.
Thank you,
Thank you
speaker.
so much, everyone.
All right, you take care and keep safe as always. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.